What's going on, you guys? Bigvy75 here, aka Vince Larno. It is trailer time. It is time to react to the first full-length trailer for Toy Story 4. It's finally here after weeks, months of waiting, anticipating, theorizing, complaining, tweeting, all sorts of emotions. We finally have a full trailer, and it debuted very unexpectedly on GMA, although hilariously it premiered online before it premiered on GMA. I got up at 6 in the morning. I never get up at 6 in the morning unless I have to go to work or something. I got up at 6 in the morning just to watch GMA and watch this thing live and react to it, all only to have it come online an hour, half hour before it was going to premiere on GMA. And even then, the whole trailer didn't premiere on GMA. It was like a sneak peek of the trailer. So honestly, no point in that. But anyways, whatever. Let's cut to the reaction. Let's go. Okay, it is 8:05 a.m. I woke up an hour ago trying to catch the Toy Story 4 trailer on GMA, and that did not happen. I don't know why it hasn't debuted, but it debuted online like 10-20 minutes ago. So, screw GMA. I'm just going to react to it online. Oh man, I can't believe this is here. It's a 2-minute and 27-second teaser. It's long. It's official footage from the movie, so here we go.
Everyone, Bonnie made a friend in class.
Oh, she's already making friends.
No, she literally made a new friend. I want you to meet Forky.
Hi.
Hello. Hi. He's a spook. Yes, yeah, I know. Forky is the most important toy to Bonnie right now. We all have to make sure nothing happens to him. Woody, we have a situation. I am not a toy. I was made for soup, salad, maybe chili, and then the trash. Buzz, we've got to get Forky.
Oh my god. Woody!
Why am I alive? You're Bonnie's toy. You are going to help create happy memories that will last for the rest of her life. Huh? What? Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Bo? Forky, come on. Bo?
Hi there. My name is Gabby.
We can't stay.
Yes, you can. Toy.
Oh my gosh, this is so...
Bo, what are you doing here?
No time to explain. Come with me.
We need to get back to our kid.
Aw, Sheriff Woody always coming to the rescue.
Bonnie needs Forky.
Woody, who needs a kid's room when you can have all of this?
Oh.
Wow. Woody, aren't we going to Bonnie?
Oh no.
We have to find them. We do, Buzz.
What would Woody do?
Jump out of a moving vehicle.
Let's go.
You gotta go.
Oh no. Oh
You've handled this lost toy life better than I could.
Open your eyes, Woody. There's plenty of kids out there. Sometimes change can be good.
You can't teach this old toy new tricks.
You'd be surprised.
Bonnie? We're going home for you.
On my way, Woody.
no. Oh no.
Don't let Woody leave. Kids lose their toys every day.
I was made to help a child. I don't remember it being this hard. Woody? Somebody's whispering in your ear. Everything's gonna be okay.
Gosh dang it. I'm actually getting emotional right now. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. Such a great trailer. And oh my gosh. Woody. Oh man, they really get the point across that he's got a big decision to make between Bo and Buzz. He's got to save Woody. Man, this just really brings me back. And the nostalgic music, it's all 70s based, and oh my gosh. This makes me so happy. This is amazing. This is a great trailer. Let's go back to the analysis and break this down. I'm going to start crying full blown, so I'm going to... I can't put into words how much I love this trailer. It's so good. It's everything I wanted from Toy Story 4 and more. Just everything they've been telling us and everything we've been theorizing about. It just feels like it feels the same, but it also feels new. And they're taking big risks by taking the toys out of their comfort level, out of the Tri-County area, going on a road trip, new locations, and really testing the toys' comfort level emotionally too, especially for Woody. And Forky obviously presents a lot of different questions about life, existence, purpose, and what is a toy's purpose in life. And it's going to be a very soul-searching film for Woody, and a very emotional one for me. Speaking of Woody, wouldn't be a Toy Story video for me if I didn't have my toys with me. This is not my Toy Story collection Woody. This is like the first life-size Woody doll that I ever got. I had one that was about maybe this big, about half his size, that I played with because I couldn't, my parents never got me the full-size one until like, I think I was 8 or 9, a couple Christmases after I became a big fan of Toy Story, and they got me this full-size Woody, and I think his pull string still works. Yeah, if you pull it enough times, it'll start to get distorted and really creepy, but yeah, this is my Woody, so I'm going to be holding him while we do this. We see Bonnie make Forky, which is really cool. A lot of people have been talking about how she's by herself in that scene, that she may be a loner kid, and that when Woody says Bonnie literally made a new friend, it's literally meant that Forky means a lot to her and is her friend, because she might not be getting on so well in kindergarten. I think she's starting kindergarten or preschool, and Forky is the most important toy to her because he personifies friendship for her, which I think brings up an interesting aspect for the toys, because I'm sure the toys are thinking, well, we're actually toys, why aren't we getting played with, you know? So it'll be interesting to see how the toys react throughout the movie to Forky's presence, and whether that is it'll be interesting if it's kind of like Toy Story, the first one, where, you know, the first one was Woody that was jealous of Buzz. It might be all the toys except for Woody that's jealous. Maybe Woody is too, I don't know. Maybe it's all the toys are jealous of Forky for being this favorite toy when he's not even a toy and doesn't want to be there, but Bonnie still loves him. Obviously, he tries to jump out the window. Woody tries to explain that there's this shot where they're on the road together. It's gorgeous. It's one of the best shots I've seen in any Pixar movie ever. And plus, again, the whole road trip aspect of this movie is really fascinating, because I'm a big fan of road trip films and just road trips in general. I think I said in my previous trailer reaction that I felt like Toy Story 4 feels like a very personal movie for me, not because I love these characters, but it has elements that I love, like Key and Peele are my favorite comedians of all time. They're in Toy Story 4. I love road trips. I love going on road trips, cross-country stuff like that. Toy Story 4 is about the toys going on a road trip, vacationing in the summertime. And they're going to antique stores. I love antique stores. I love like old sleepy towns and like discovering new things there. Tony Hale, who's in one of my favorite shows, Arrested Development, he is voicing Forky. Christina Hendricks is now voicing a character, Gabby Gabby, and she's in one of my other favorite shows, Mad Men. So it just feels so very personal to me because of all these elements that I love are being sprinkled into this movie, and so I just really appreciate that. Speaking of antique stores and traveling to new places, part of this movie is going to take place in an antique store where we meet Bo, the new Bo, for the first time. We see Gabby Gabby and her unsettling ventriloquist dummy minions that go after Woody. Based on plot details about Gabby Gabby, she has a distorted voice box, and the reason why she's after Woody is because, well, his voice box works and hers doesn't. So she's trying to get Woody's voice box, which I don't think will fit into the B story so much, but it's always nice to have a antagonist stand in the way of the toys getting what they want. Lotso is very much part of the B storyline when it came to like emotionally what was going on in Toy Story 3. Toy Story 4, however, maybe she will play into the B storyline. I'm not sure. Now, when I say B storyline, I mean the emotional character arc, whereas like the A story is like what physically happens to the toys, like they get lost, they have to find their way back home. Just some film information for you guys, so for those of you who don't know. We meet Bo. It's definitely clear that she's established herself as a toy who is independent and free of owners, and she tries to show Woody that, like, why have a kid when you can have all of this? And I don't even know what this is. Like, she's talking about Woody pursuing a life of his own away from owners, but it's like, what's so appealing about that, especially to a toy? I get it that Bo specifically has been neglected for most of her life, and that's why, as the flashback scene that we saw in GMA hints, and as shots from that scene hint as well, Bo has probably been neglected and decides to leave and figure things out for herself. But I just don't see why that would be appealing at all for Woody. Woody has always been a character who's been like deeply set. I mean, over the past 3 films, over the past 10, 20 years, he's learned to be there for his kid, and that's his purpose. But so the mystery surrounding Toy Story 4 is what other purpose is there for a toy, other than just being there for a kid, making a child happy. And we'll get into the more emotional stuff, because I mean, I cried during that trailer. It really got me, and we'll get to why. It's obvious why, but we'll get to why. Bo kind of hangs out, lives in a pinball machine with all these other toys. Really cool Easter eggs in there. We see some Country Bear Jamboree Easter eggs. We see Tin Toy, or the Tin Toy character from the Pixar short film, which makes him officially a part of Toy Story canon, which is fantastic. We see it's like a blink and you'll miss it thing, but we see like vintage 70s Toy Story, vintage 70s Star Wars minifigures, like a Claw dude, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Check out Dan the Pixar Fans post on it. He knows who those people are. I watched a live stream with him reviewing the trailer, and he geeked out about it. And so it's really cool to see them implement Star Wars in a very subtle way into Toy Story. I mean, it's 2 of my favorite franchises, Toy Story and Star Wars, in the same movie. I mean, of course I'm excited for that. That's awesome. I mean, of course they're not going to be characters, but still, they're there. Now let's switch from Woody to another character. Let's talk about Buzz Lightyear. So the trailer doesn't seem to hint at it much, because the trailer is so focused on Woody's arc, understandably, because Woody's the main character of this franchise. But Buzz seems to be, the one who takes it upon himself to go after Woody, and does not hesitate at all. Jumps out the window and heads to the carnival to find Woody. Why? The toys seem really shocked that he does that, though. It's like maybe he's thinking about whether Tim Allen has hinted at the fact that Bonnie may have not been treating Buzz and the other toys very well, so maybe Buzz is also struggling with accepting Bonnie as his new owner, and he takes advantage of the situation of Woody being gone to go out and find him, but then also decides to sort of explore the world for himself. So maybe both Woody and Buzz have this life-changing journey of self-discovery. I mean, a lot of the shots show Buzz outside, so I mean, most of the movie's going to be him trying to find Woody, and it seems like he may team up with Ducky and Bunny to find him, because we see Ducky and Bunny at the antique store later on. So I wonder if Buzz, Woody, Bo, Ducky, Bunny, Duke Kaboom, they all kind of, Forky, all those characters kind of reunite somewhere near the middle of the movie. Honestly, the one thing I was disappointed about with this trailer is that we didn't get a lot of screen time with Woody and Buzz. And, you know, I know this is Woody's story and that's taking majority of the film, but this friendship is like key to me. Like these two characters being together, that is what makes me love this franchise so much. Their friendship is so important to me, you know, and I want to see that play out, and I want to see that be given good screen time in Toy Story 4. I mean, Tim Allen said that even he got emotional during the final scenes, so I'm assuming that obviously Buzz is going to have a big role in the movie, and that hopefully he'll have an arc. Like I said in my last video, Buzz has never really had an emotional arc in any of the Toy Story films except for the first one. And you can debate that maybe for 3 there was something in there, but really it's nothing clear with Buzz. So I'm hoping he gets a lot to do. And on top of that, I know people are complaining that most of these main family of toys like Rex, Slinky, Jessie, Bullseye, Potato Heads are being sidelined. And I get that frustration. I don't think they're going to be completely sidelined. They're obviously going to be in the movie for majority of it, but it is Woody's story, and you have to focus on what Woody's going through in his journey. It's a shame about Jessie, because I think Jessie is one of the most well-developed characters in the franchise. I've discussed this at length with Heidi, the Toy Story fangirl, on Twitter. She's probably going to have a role in the film. It's probably not going to be as big as we hoped. The toys are staying behind in the RV for a reason. They got to be there for Bonnie, because poor Bonnie, she's crying. She's trying to look for Woody and Buzz and Forky, and she's crying because she's afraid she's lost her toys. I mean, come on, we can't have her lose all the toys. Just, man, that's when I started to get really emotional during this trailer, was when you see Bonnie crying because she's lost the toys. Man, that and many other things. But someone's got to stay behind and keep Bonnie company. It's not going to be Buzz and Woody or Forky, obviously. Let's talk about the fact that Andy is in the trailer. A lot of us thought that Andy was not going to be in this movie at all, that it was an adventure that was going to focus solely on the fact that this is a new chapter in the toys' lives, and that Bonnie is their new owner, and that Pixar wanted to explore Woody and Buzz's journey with a brand new owner who's different from Andy, and how being in a new room and having this second chance at life, how does that challenge them in new ways, which could mean that this isn't the last time we're going to see the gang again. Not going to get into Toy Story 5 stuff yet, but just saying, just putting it out there. I think the scenes with Andy are either flashback stuff at the beginning, like we see him playing with the toys and just kind of reestablish their past after Bo leaves. I feel like we're going to get this maybe brief montage of the toys' lives up to this point. We'll see them being played with. We'll see them, Andy growing up, and then Andy handing Woody over to Bonnie. Because that shot is in the trailer too. And for those of you who are complaining that Andy doesn't look the same, would you rather have that, or would you rather have crackhead Andy, who looked terrifying? Still not terrible, but terrifying. Gosh, I'm so sick of that on Twitter right now. People it's animation, guys. It gets better over time. It advances. And that's why the Incredibles look better than when they premiered in 2004. That's why the toys look better from 1995 compared to now. Same thing with Andy. Gosh, it's animation. Look it up. Sorry, maybe they're at the end of the movie, because if this is the final Toy Story film, they might want to tie this up with a really nice bow and sort of bring in callbacks of Woody and Buzz's journey, starting way back in the first Toy Story, the second Toy Story, the third Toy Story, and really wrap up this incredible story for those two characters, Woody most significantly. But I'm honestly, I'm going with the former, that it's just stuff in the beginning and reestablishing the toys' lives and catching people up who haven't seen these characters in, you know, almost 10 years. Another reason why I'm so concerned about Buzz and Woody's screen time together in the film is because it seems like most of the film is going to be the Forky and Woody show. Which is fine because it adds to the story, but again, I just want Buzz and Woody to be together for a good chunk of the movie as well. Forky is going to bring out a lot of things for Woody. He's going to force him to question his purpose, his life, which I think is why the main purpose he serves in this film. So it's not like he's irrelevant, and I don't want to sound like I just want him. I don't want Forky in the movie. I'm glad that Forky's in the movie. He's a hilarious character. I can't wait to buy the toy of him. But I want some Buzz and Woody time. So let's get into the really emotional stuff. So I got really emotional when I started seeing Bonnie crying. I got really emotional when I saw Andy again, because it was just a callback to me as a Toy Story fan for all these years, and I just feel like I can relate to Andy so much because I grew up feeling like I was Andy, and I played a lot like Andy when I was a kid. He was a great role model. The emotional ending is kind of hinted at. You know, we see the scene again of Andy handing Woody off to Bonnie and the other toys, and we hear Tom Hanks, who just again just a simple voice recording of the scene just goes to show how phenomenal of an actor Tom Hanks is. Not that I needed to say that because we all know how great of an actor Tom Hanks is, but still, Woody to me is his all-time greatest role. But he says this line with such sadness and such conviction. It's just unsettling almost. He says, I was made to help a child, but I don't remember it being this hard. And that just makes me wonder, like, what's so hard about it now? Like, again, is it the fact that Bonnie doesn't care about the toys in the same way that she used to? Is she mistreating them? Is Woody struggling with being there for Bonnie, but he doesn't want to be mistreated, and that's what leads him and possibly other toys to leave? Hearing that line, it just really hit me, and that's when I started to really break down in the video, because I don't want to see Woody leave. I don't think he's going to. Maybe I'm in denial, but I cannot picture Woody leaving, because what does he have? And maybe that'll be revealed in the movie, but like, what life would he have besides being with Bo? Like, what more to life is there for a toy? And I think Pixar may have cracked the code, or maybe they're trying to say something about what I think will happen in the ending. I'm convinced this is what's going to happen. I think we're being misled to think Woody will leave. I don't think he actually will. Instead, I think he's going to be tempted to leave, but somehow he's going to be he'll have a sort of invigorated sense of purpose in being there for Bonnie. And he'll realize, I'm coming up with this off the top of my head, so work with me. He'll realize that life is about, you know, discovery and stories that change you. But those changes don't mean you need to abandon your purpose. It could mean that you have a reinvigorated and a better understanding of your purpose. And that's why I think Woody is going to stay with Bonnie, but he's going to, I don't know. I just don't know. But I also think it'd be a lot more emotional and a lot more satisfying if Woody, instead of Woody changing significantly, if Bo changes significantly. Like, if Bo somehow, like, what I picture is, like, Woody decides to stay with Bonnie, and somehow during the final climax, whatever, they don't get a chance to say goodbye, and Bo stows away on the RV to say goodbye, a proper goodbye to Woody and let them be. Bo won't be able to leave in time because Bonnie will enter the room, so she has to freeze. Bonnie will see Bo in the room and she'll start playing with her and Woody and Buzz and Jessie and all the other toys. And then at some point she'll stop and she'll leave the room, and then Bo will remember how great it feels to be a toy and be played with and have an owner that loves her. And I think then she'll be convinced to stay with Woody and the other toys. Bo feels like a character at this point, and it's brilliant, the development that they've given Bo, and they're fleshing her out and giving her this great character arc. She is a character that has been neglected, and as a result decides to leave Andy and Molly's room. And I think her arc is about her learning to forgive and move on with life, instead of, it seems like this rebellious, free life of hers is kind of, she's rebelling against the idea of being owned and having the loss and the heartbreak of being a toy. She's avoiding confronting that pain again and reconciling with it and forgiving and moving on with life and knowing that this is the life of a toy. And there is freedom that comes with being a toy. You don't have to always stay with your owner. Lost toys, as she says, kids lose their toys every day. And I guess her argument is Woody needs to take advantage of that opportunity to explore who he is and a different life. But I just don't see Woody leaving. I don't. Oh, let's talk really quick about Ducky and Bunny, Duke Kaboom, some of the new characters. Giggles McDimples is like the smallest toy in Toy Story history. She's great. She's like the Jiminy Cricket for Bo Peep. Love her. I think the look is fantastic. Can't wait to see how fun she is. Gabby, voiced by Christina Hendricks. Really creepy villain. It's about time Toy Story took some very vintage toys and that are known for being creepy and make them villains, like the ventriloquist dummies, the leader of which is named Benson, I think. We've known about Duke Kaboom for months now, and we finally see the first look of him here. Keanu Reeves voicing the character, and I think this guy's gonna steal the show. He looks hilarious. He looks great. He looks like a fun character, and kind of in the vein of Buzz Lightyear, who's very much into the persona of a stuntman, daredevil showman. So I'm excited to see Duke Kaboom, and I'm excited to put him in my collection. All these cool toys that we're getting, new characters. I can't wait to put them all in my collection now. It's going to be so exciting to see those toys come out. Oh, and Ducky and Bunny, obviously, we didn't see as much. We only saw like maybe 2 or 3 shots of them in this trailer. Not a lot of them, which is understandable because people were a little angry that we got an overabundance of them in the Super Bowl spot instead of an actual trailer breaking down the story or even focusing on Forky, who's a more significant character. But I'm still uber excited for Key and Peele voicing those characters. I'm confused though whether they're going to be friends or foes. I mean, the synopsis and descriptions of the characters describes them as being allies to the toys and helping Buzz and Woody along their adventure. But in the poster, which, isn't this a great poster? This is an awesome poster. I love this poster. It's so epic. It's in the antique store. You see the little hint of the carnival outside. Villains on one side, maybe villains on the other side. The pose of Ducky and Bunny on the poster is almost has this like gangster look to them, which makes me wonder, are they going to be are they going to be bad guys? Are they going to be like hired thugs for Gabby? Or are they going to be actually just, very hilarious friends and allies of Woody and Buzz? Because they're in the antique store. You see a brief shot of them in the antique store with Woody and Bo and Duke Kaboom. So I'm still on the side that they're good guys, but their poses as they appear in posters and stuff make me wonder what's going to happen with these guys. Overall, like I said before, this is a phenomenal trailer. It's everything I wanted and more. As you can see with my shirt and these, and if you see in my collection and other videos, Toy Story means a lot to me because it's kind of fundamental to who I am. Themes of friendship are very important to me because of Toy Story. I love making films that are very colorful and vibrant because of the colorful aspects of Toy Story. I love movies that combine comedy and almost gut-wrenching emotion, and Toy Story is the king of that in my opinion. It's just, I want to make a video sort of going into full detail of why Toy Story is my favorite movie and why it means so much to me, but that's just kind of a general overview. These characters feel real to me, and it's because they're, you know, kind of can be personified in real life, life-size toys too. It's a franchise that feels so real and tangible, and I feel like I know these characters so well, and they're more than fictional characters. They feel real to me sometimes, and having another opportunity to revisit them is such an honor and a blessing. I still can't believe that we're getting Toy Story 4. It's always this just impossible thing that I can never grasp my mind around. Like the fact that we even got Toy Story 3 at the time was just incredible. So I don't want these guys to separate, but Pixar knows these characters better than I do, and no matter how it goes down, I know they're going to do right by these guys. And you know, Tim Allen has said that we might get Toy Story 5. I don't want to talk about that just yet because I don't want this to be let's crank out a sequel right after Toy Story 4, which they won't do. It leads me to believe that this won't be the final adventure. Until Pixar says it's the final adventure, I don't think they're ever going to make it the final adventure. And I think Toy Story 4 will leave the door open for more opportunities to explore these characters. But for now, this is going to be one of the most emotional Toy Story films to date. One of the most mature and kind of dark in terms of its themes and its characters. Still, #1 all-time favorite, most anticipated movie of this year. I cannot wait to see this movie, and I'm hoping to God that I can surround myself with friends that mean a lot to me and care just as much about this franchise as I do. In my last reaction, I said this was going to be a very philosophical movie. It's more so going to be the most existential Toy Story, not so much philosophical. I don't know what I was saying there, but again, deep thoughts, still have questions, but waiting for the movie to get answers. And that's the end of this long-ass trailer reaction. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. You can check out my short films and trailer reactions and other movie reviews. I have 2 new shorts up. One is The Climb. It's a short film I made for my sister and her husband during their wedding engagement. Footage of their proposal that I've made into a music video. So check that out. I also have a Lent Easter comedy called Happy Friday about Catholics fighting over the topic of fasting from meat on Fridays. Had a lot of fun making that. You should check that out. Also, with my podcast, I have a new episode coming up where we talk more about the Toy Story 4 trailer, the Avengers Endgame trailer, James Gunn getting hired back to direct Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and I also review Captain Marvel with a girl who is like the biggest female Marvel nerd I know, Carly Tweehouse, so check that out. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Have a great day, everybody. God bless. Peace out.